Hi, everyone. Welcome to Web3 Women. My name is Olienka Odenerin. I am the founder of Black Women Blockchain Council, which is bringing you Web3 Women. The reason we're bringing this to you is to make sure that you guys understand that there are women in Web3. We're building in silos sometimes, and we may not be shouting it from the rooftop, but we're here, we're working hard, and we're adding to the ecosystem. And to my left, we have Tam. Hi, Tam.
Hey, I'm Tam. I'm the resident Bitcoin education enthusiast here to show you guys that not only are women getting involved in this space, but anyone can really tap in.
Exactly. This space is open to everyone and everyone is welcome. So, we got some hot topics to talk about this week. Man, a lot was dumped on our lap. And I think the first one we should dive into is Tornado Cash. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard so much about this particular instances that's happening right now in the crypto space. It's bringing on a lot of buzzwords internationally as well. The US government actually, the US Treasury Department issued a blanket ban on the crypto mixing service, Tornado Cash. And that was huge. That was huge. That was a
Yeah,
big
very
ban.
huge. Yeah,
Yes.
because and not it's huge to the space because first of all, it seemed as if this kind of came out of nowhere. So let's talk about a little bit about what Tornado Cash is. Tornado
Yeah.
Cash is a system where you could take the fiat currency that you have converted into a cryptocurrency. You could send it through Tornado Cash, and essentially they would scramble the information to where when it gets sent out, it gets sent out to a new wallet address, and in that wallet, and it's very hard to trace where those funds came from. So that's essentially what you need to know about the company. So the blanket ban on Tornado Cash came as a huge blow to the cryptocurrency space. The government is saying that they're doing this to protect because a lot of these funds that went through Tornado Cash were utilized in order to they were utilized in illicit activities, specifically having to do with China, allowing a breach into our security. All right, so they're concerned that those funds were used in illicit ways to breach the government security in some type of way. Now, a lot of people in the space are saying that first of all, hold up. You can't do that. You can't stop us from utilizing a service that we want to utilize. And then additionally, there was information that came out that Tornado Cash did what they could to stop those illicit funds from coming in, but essentially they just provide the service. So what can they do? If they're just providing the service. So it was a huge article, very important information that came out. Let us know what you think. Tap in and tell us what you think about this whole Tornado Cash situation. What about you, Yinka? What do you think?
Whoa. Whoa. When I saw this, I was like, wait, what's going on? But it's major because, the US government is allegedly saying that $7 billion has been funneled through Tornado Cash since 2019. Along with, China, they've also identified North Korea as one of the countries that have been using Tornado Cash. And then, a developer of Tornado Cash was actually arrested in Amsterdam. So that's major news. And then the US government, they're doing this whole sanction, right? Because their whole thing is we want to make sure that there's no platforms that's available for nefarious individuals to be able to use it. So what they've done, knowing that Tornado Cash is an open source code, what they've done is actually they put the code under the sanction list, which is
It's like
never
it's
heard of.
essentially like sanctioning someone's art, right? Because a lot of coders will tell you that the way that they formulate a code is art. So you're telling me that I can't create art now?
You can't create
I
it.
feel like the government might be overstepping here. So let us know what you think in the comments. All right.
Exactly.
So our next topic that we want to discuss is InvestFest. So I
Yay.
went out to InvestFest as a representative for Black Women and Blockchain. InvestFest is a investment festival that is particularly for the Black community. where they partner and bring in different Black investors that are looking to invest in Black owned businesses. There was a lot of information that weekend. And one of my favorite parts is that they had a cryptocurrency space. So, of course, we had to tap in. Dame Dash was a speaker at the event. He was a part of a panel. And when the question was posed as to what he's doing for his business to the future, he hit us a home run when he began to talk about blockchain technology and his company that he's involved with, Network. It was really important to me to hear that there was a person like Dame Dash who understood the importance of our community getting involved in this space. So shout out to Dame Dash, shout out to InvestFest for putting on this wonderful event and giving us the opportunity to learn about these important topics.
Yeah, that was a fantastic event, and I'm glad that we were able to represent during the event, and looking forward to next year for sure. And I know as
Absolutely.
blockchain and crypto becomes even bigger within the entire globe, that more and more people will start having it incorporated into their events. So I look forward to seeing more of blockchain, crypto, NFT related sections within the event. So that was fantastic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely fantastic. And shout out again to all the wonderful speakers there, the women in business that spoke, everyone. It was Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey. It was a really great event. Talked a lot about Black dollars in the community and how we can grow and continue to be a part of the financial future.
All right. In the next segment, we want to talk about the U.S. Treasury and their request for comments. As you all know, the executive order was issued this year by Biden, and that executive order is now calling all agencies to be aware of cryptocurrencies and try to develop some kind of guidance on how it's going to either be implemented into their structure, as well as the entire US government is going to be involved in it, and then come up with some information and guidance for the general public. So they had a request for comments for ensuring responsible development of digital assets. And they pushed this out for the entire month and wanted to hear from the community, from the ecosystem that we're building right now. And let me just tell you, a lot of people contributed to this, and we're really happy that you did, because as you guys know, we've been pushing for our voices to be added to this. And I'm glad to see that a lot of individuals commented, as well as corporations. They all came in and gave their sound comments. And we're going to give you some information about what some of those comments were. You're going to be really entertained with this one. So, Tam.
Right. As you said, there was comments from a lot of different people. Like we had businesses like Consensus tap in, and they provided documents with information on how they felt that the regulations should look like, and important things to consider. But we also, of course, had comments from individuals, and on both sides, right? So we want to highlight one comment. One comment we want to highlight is that comment from Margaret Dorsey. And Margaret Dorsey, I'm going to read the comment for you guys so you can. We're gonna talk about it a little bit. Margaret Dorsey said, "Please prevent the further defrauding of innocent people by regulating and banning cryptocurrencies as much as possible. They are financially unstable, without fundamentals, and structured in such a way as to encourage pump and dump and Ponzi schemes." Ooh, Margaret. Have you been a victim of a scam? Did you not do your own research? Listen, no judgment here. No judgment here. But let's continue. Let's continue, because she had a little bit more to say.
Oh, okay.
She had a little bit more to say, so let's continue. Above and beyond that, they cost consumers in wasted energy, driving up prices, and in increased carbon emissions, accelerating climate change. Woo! Margaret, tell me you haven't done your research without telling me you haven't done your research, dear. Because if we're going to talk about energy waste, let's talk about the financial institutions that are acting as intermediaries and literally have a bigger carbon footprint than all of the mining that any person or company is doing with the cryptocurrencies collectively, right? But we're going to She still had a little bit more to say. So let's keep going.
Yeah, Margaret.
I am a senior software engineer. Margaret, I am a senior software engineer, and the tech is fundamentally flawed, along with all of the above issues. Cryptocurrencies offer nothing. Woo, she said that with her whole chest. Nothing of value, and will continue siphoning money out of the most vulnerable to give it to wealthy investors and scammers until it is stopped by some means. Please ignore crypto industry lobbying. Margaret, my dear Margaret, you know what? I'm going to encourage you to tap into our show because we can help you dispel a lot of this FUD and FOMO that we can tell that you have been a victim of. Because here's the thing. When you're talking about a lot of these things, once you get into the space, you understand that how they're not really founded in actuality, in reality. Right? They are a lot of the talking points that people are using to dispel the importance of the blockchain and cryptocurrency spaces. Explain to me how there is nothing of value offered when we're talking about a technology, blockchain, that has the ability to literally remove intermediaries in various industries from our society. How is that fundamentally like flawed? Like, how does that make it? I don't know. Listen, Margaret Dorsey, we welcome you to come in and listen, and also talk to us and explain to us how you got to these conclusions. It sounds like a lot of the rhetoric that I know I've heard that's based in what we talk about a lot often is FUD and FOMO, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and the fear of missing out. Right? And it all comes from not doing your own research. So, Margaret, are you just listening to the things that you hear on the news and hearing that this amount of people got scammed? I guarantee you those scams were able to happen because those people also did not do their own research. We want you guys to do your own research. So tap in with us, continue to utilize the resources that we're giving you, and so that you won't be a Margaret Dorsey when it comes to this space.
You said a whole word.
Our next comment.
Oh man, wow. Okay.
But listen, everybody didn't have the same kind of comments that Margaret Dorsey did. We had another comment from Ben Nguyen, and I want to read you Ben Nguyen's comment. He says, digital assets offer a new, exciting way of exchanging value. Ownership and direct commerce are the key capabilities that enable more efficient and more reliable ecosystem. It would be the key catalyst for the emergence of new innovative business models in various industries. Oh, Ben Nguyen is onto something, guys. For example, remittance can happen in seconds instead of days. Stablecoins such as USD have been widely adopted and used in payment and commerce for the efficiency of not requiring a trusted third party and the explosion of DeFi to more than $100 billion in assets. Cryptocurrencies have entered the mainstream of investments. Fidelity is offering Bitcoin as an investment option in 401k. Now, Ben Nguyen sounds like a guy that has his eye and his ear to the future to me. Like, Ben Nguyen sounds like he's done a little bit of research and he understands the importance of certain industries being disrupted by this technology and by the cryptocurrency space. So shout out to you, Ben Nguyen.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Ben Nguyen because it seems like he's done his own research, right? He came with facts. And remittance has always been an issue. There's an excessive amount of fees, which is something that we also highlighted in our response as well, too, as a means of showing that this is a space or a sector that digital assets can improve on. The likes of Western Union, which is at this point a monopoly on the whole remittance side, they are making lots of money. And at the same time, they're making it difficult for people to obtain the transfers, right? Because I have family member in Nigeria, and it's basically, it's kind of like a hurdle just trying to get the money because one, it's at a centralized facility. So you got to find a way to get there. And then when you get there, you're going to end up paying some money, on her end. out fees on their end. They've taken out fees. So by the time that the recipients receives the money, it's taking a long time. And there's a lot of excessive fees that are coming out of it. So it's an archaic process right now, especially when we have something called blockchain that can improve on that process. And I, for one, and I made sure that I referenced this, and I'm not looking for corporations who are comfortable in the way things are right now to now mask in blockchain, right? And then use that to benefit themselves. I'm looking for new innovative startups to come into this space and take that and create solutions that's really for the people. So yeah, I thank you, Ben.
And also allowing people to put that same money, those fees, back into their pocket, therefore can go back into the real economy, which is commerce peer to peer, that we can say, so that people can save on the cost of inflation and everything else, right? You know, it's a really a long-term game, blockchain and cryptocurrencies. Like it's a long-term game, and Ben Nguyen seems like he's in the race to win. Listen, be a winner like Ben Nguyen. Be a winner like Ben Nguyen. Do your research.
Definitely looks, you know, he sounds like an individual that has done their research. They're not just going with the gimmicky. They're not listening to CNBC, right? They're actually involved in the space and they know what's going on. And that's very important. We don't want you guys to go out there with blinders on, because whether you love it or not, this space is changing.
A technology.
It's a technology that's basically about to disrupt everything that you know. And Ben Nguyen highlighted the fact that remittance, you know, is one area that there's a need for adoption. He also highlighted Fidelity, which is one of the first financial institutions that's actually incorporating digital assets into 401ks. Okay, so things are changing and they're about to touch each and everyone's lives. Okay, so get with the program, and by getting with the program, what we really mean is that do your own research, be knowledgeable, don't sit behind the screen and just listen to other people tell you what's going on, but do your own research and really don't come here with a closed mind. Open mind is very important, because then you won't get left behind.
Absolutely. And now, our final segment of the day that we always like to do is the tips.
Yes.
The tips. Okay, so for on the educational tip today, I got 2 tips for you guys. Last time I mentioned this author. He's also part of the Gentleman in Crypto podcast, and his name is Isaiah Jackson. We love Isaiah over here. Yay, Isaiah. His book is called Bitcoin and Black America. His book, Bitcoin and Black America, gives a little bit of background on how he got into the space and how he believes it can change the wealth accumulation for the Black community. A really good read. It's not a difficult read at all. He's very personable in the book. I really like Isaiah Jackson and all the information he has to offer. Anywhere I've seen him, he's very knowledgeable in the space, so definitely check that out.
Yeah, so Bitcoin and Black America, shout out to Isaiah. It's funny because I was there when he was coming up with the concept and wanting to write this. And when I say I was there, like I saw it on social media, I saw it on Twitter, like he posted everything. And then shout out to him for even recognizing Black Women Blockchain Council at that time. Because we're in the book. We are in the book. So I'm very excited about what he's doing. And I know that there's a second edition that's coming out as well.
Right. So after you tap in that first one, make sure you check out the second one, because who knows what other good information that he's going to drop in there. Tip number 2, our second tip today. Now, this book is also, I met this gentleman through Black Bitcoin Billionaires, and he's a published author. He has a foundation called FB Flames Foundation. His name is Fred Brandon, and his book is Adopting Blockchain and Cryptocurrency, Embracing a Digital Future. Now, you guys know I like to give you really easy reads. This is literally a book that's like 20 pages, if that much, super thin, but it's got a lot of good information. It's a lot of basic information about blockchain technology and how it's going to affect us in the future. So if you don't want to be a Margaret, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to be a Margaret, check out Fred Brandon's book on the future and how we're going to interact with blockchain and the cryptocurrencies.
Man, you gave some great tips. Pam is a connoisseur of all things Bitcoin and blockchain, and she's giving you all kinds of great information. Not only that, not only just books, but if y'all tapped in last week, you heard some podcasts as well. So she's giving some great suggestions, and I want y'all to tap in so that you can be knowledgeable. And as she says, you won't be like Margaret. You have more information and be like more Ben Nguyen, right? And come with the actual information and not some rhetoric that you've heard from people who are surrounding in the space who've been hurt or burnt somehow, some way. But this is the way of the future, and we want y'all to tap into that. So, with that said, do your own research.
Do your own research.
Take their advice when it comes to, doing your own research. The books that Tam have provided, the information that we provided here, we're going to post some links in the comment section. So make sure that you guys tap into that as well. We really want y'all to understand the space, but also feel that it's comfortable and welcoming to you.
Make sure you subscribe.
So with that said, we're going to bid you adieu. So bye, everyone. See you next time.
Bye.